Irony that at the same time oil company profits are booming, the American auto industry seems bust. Case in point, the Ford Taurus. The final Taurus ever to be built came off the assembly line today. The slow death of the Taurus mirrors the long decline at Ford, which this week announced it lost almost $6 billion in the third quarter alone. ABC's Steve Osunsami on how Ford took a winning idea and drove it into the ground.
This morning, the very last Ford Taurus rolled off this assembly line in Atlanta and put an end to an American success story.
The new Ford Taurus.
When it was first sold in 1985, the Taurus quickly became the top-selling vehicle in America.
The Ford Taurus is the only #1 car that was relegated to the scrap heap by a combination of ineptness and just pure neglect.
Analysts say that Ford was short-sighted when it placed all its hopes in gas-guzzling SUVs. The Taurus went years without any significant improvements, and consumers went elsewhere. Last year, sales were under 200,000, less than half of its all-time high.
If Ford had wanted to preserve the car, they very well could have done it.
Jason Kennedy is a member of the Taurus Car Club of America. He says Ford took its most loyal customers for granted.
They did cost-cutting measures, trimming small features that can really make the car.
It's easy to forget that the Taurus was quite an achievement in aerodynamic design. It was the first American sedan with the headlights built flush to the car to reduce drag and make the vehicle more efficient. Today, these lamps are everywhere. Even the doors were designed to make the interior airtight. Ford dealers say the Taurus was always a much better vehicle than anyone gave it credit for.
I think it's all in the eyes of the beholder. You know, I see some of these cars that, you know, are just a box. You know, if it had Ford on it, everybody would shoot the damn thing, but it's got a foreign make on it, and everybody buys it.
His dealership is up the road from the plant that built the car, the plant that's closing this weekend. Here, the end of the Taurus is personal.
You know, we talked about my father. He retired from the plant, and a lot of his supervisors and friends, they bought from me here. So when they come up, they still don't really understand why.
Why a car that served Ford so well is being allowed to simply disappear. Steve Osunsami, ABC News, Atlanta.